Every word I said about her is so true, and I actually didn't say enough, but we haven't got 2 days booked here because I could go on forever. Next, we are very thrilled and pleased to have, for the first time this year in our Royal City Poets book, one of the best poets I've ever actually read poetry by. You're going to be thrilled, folks, and please give him a very warm welcome, Andrew Parkin.
Well, thanks very much for that wonderful introduction. I'm going to read one poem. It's called After All. Now, my wife is French, Françoise, and we've come from Paris recently to Canada, and we've just heard the terrible news of the assassinations, murders in Paris. Now, the Canadian forces have been trying, with the other forces, to defend democracy. And here's a poem I wrote for a BC soldier who died in Afghanistan. It's called After All. A small boy, after all, grows up in the hearts of family. We might have seen him in the neighbourhood when he ran with friends and smiled, or tried a slap shot, or suddenly became a soldier in another game. After all, he was soon just one of the 2,300 Canadians in the multinational force dedicated to democracy and peace in treacherous terrain we call Afghanistan. Miles, a name, after all, that echoes Caesar's word for soldier. Bombardier, 5th Field Regiment of the Royal Canadian Artillery. You gained the rank of hero. Flag pulled taut, folded, salute fired. All of us who mourn, and others yet unborn, owe some shred of decency to those young men. 4 died by one exploding bomb. Freedom survived the politics of death. When terror's loaded dice roll out, innocence the loser, survival here at home has its price in blood. After all, yes, after all, we who care, and others yet unborn, owe homage to the families in tears. In our nation's story of the recent lost, we now know someone we had not known before. Out of our sight he braved all fears, horrors unknown to us, and yet could smile. Mansell, Miles, 5th Field Regiment, BC boy, and after all, eternally a man.